I don't like disappointment. Well, I guess that's a weird thing to say. No one likes disappointment, but no, I mean it to an extreme. I loathe disappointment with a frightening passion. Being let down, I just handle it more intensely. I tried so hard to protect myself from it, especially growing up. I was always trying to protect myself from it. Hurt, sadness, these types of emotions were always really different for me. Sometimes I feel like I was born like normal, but my heart was born premature because it's just so sensitive, and I have to take self-protection serious. Growing up, I remember coming up with this equation. So hope plus future is equal to disappointment. So basically combine any future situation, any semblance of hope always leads to disappointment. And if I wanted to protect myself from disappointment, I just had to make somehow this equation invalid. And I couldn't really get rid of my future unless I get rid of myself, and that's not an option. So I had to get rid of something else. I had to kill another part of the equation. In order to protect myself from disappointment, I just needed to kill hope. So I guess it's about my attempts at assassinating hope. This is hope. This is hope again. This is also hope. Truthfully, I can just keep showing her over and over and over as many times as I'd like. That's the reality. When you have more lives than a feline, whatever infinity times 9 would be, that is how many lifetimes belong to this mystery. She's lovely to gaze at. Gentle and grey skin, lush and glowing, sparkling, eyes glazed over with melodies of her laughing, cheeks glowing with succulence and all the sweet like mango things you'd want to take the time to gently peel back and savor her aura, her entire existence is a nuisance. Wherever she visits is wherever hurt makes a guest appearance. I am not deceived by her sweet, sweet appearance. You see innocence, I see every inch of deceit. I did not always hate her. Surprisingly, from the moment my giant glassy eyes began to maneuver this world, we had taken custody of one another. She was the reason I learned to stand on my own as a toddler. She taught me to walk, even as my chubby little legs would waver and wobble and stagger and stumble. My chubby little fingers kept clinging on to her. Little me kept hoping that one day I could stand up on my own like a grown-up. I would not let go of my hope, and she would not let me give up until I could pick myself up without mommy and daddy's assistance. Mommy and daddy saw my persistence, but never thought that my coexistence with hope was the reason for it. I had a soft spot for dreaming as a kid. When the first dream began caving in on itself, I never thought of forsaking hope. Even whilst I was being painfully wrenched away from my big, bubbling, beautiful big dreams, my babies, like a baby, I still kept clinging onto her hand. Hope. Keeping your enemy close. This is the hardest to do when you can't even recognize your own enemy, but somehow I still managed to do this perfectly with hope. Truthfully, it is blind dreamers, not big dreamers, that refuse to see the truth. It was as I got a little older that I began to see this truth. Whenever I put my trust in someone's word or believed that I could win this prize or expected that tomorrow could be different, I came to recognize that hope was always the reason. I was hoping that this person would keep their word. I was hoping that I was worthy enough of this prize. I was hoping that all the disappointments of yesterday wouldn't leak into the present. It was always because of my custody agreement with hope. It was always because of her. I needed space, distance. I tried to be harsh with her. It did not matter. She refused to take the hint. She was too glued at my hip. She continued running towards me like it was a game of tag and she was it. I tried a restraining order. She was stubborn. It was either she didn't get the subpoena or she did and just decided to ignore it. She treated it like a game of hide and seek and kept on finding me. And I was getting angry. The dynamic, it was different between us, claustrophobic, unfriendly, toxic. I couldn't take it anymore. She was to blame for everything, all the suffering I had to endure when I involved hope in all my decision making, all the disappointment and the pain of being let down. I had let her in because of this. I had become bitter and resentful. It was her. She was entirely responsible. It was too much damn hope in my life. I was too damn hopeful. It was suffocating and smothering and it was stifling. Something needed to give. Hope me. This we. I could no longer cope with it. I never thought that I would try murder. I think I blocked this part out in my mind. It would be too vile a reminder. I can only imagine that I didn't dare look into her eyes. I knew I would see the betrayal, the hurt, the pain, her cries, the things I didn't want to feel but were already feeling because of her. One of us just had to go. And just like that, she was lifeless. And I was hopeless. If only that was my one and only attempt at killing her. There were many after that because she kept coming back and squeezing the life out of my childhood lover over and over took its toll on me. I was even more drained than before. All things die. Why wouldn't she? And why did it feel like the only one I was successful at killing off was, well, me? I tell people I don't believe in hope because it's difficult for me to admit that I need her. I think I need her. I need hope. She knows this more than me. This is why she always resurrects. For me. So after killing Hope, I still had really hurtful experiences. And I realized that if I was still feeling pain and sadness and hurt and disappointment, then that meant that the equation that I had come up with was wrong. I guess I was just trying to protect myself, but looking back, every time I thought that I had silenced hope, I was just doing the opposite. I was seriously just silencing my will to live, because living without hope, it's hard and it's just not possible. And the delusion that you've succeeded at it being killing hope, that delusion is even worse. It was lethal for me, because you need hope to be human. Is to always hope to be a better human. It's literally impossible to completely get rid of hope. Even if you force yourself to think pessimistically, part of you always hope for better, for good things, for change. Hope is just a mandatory faith. And like I said before, I don't like disappointment at all, but I think it's just a necessary evil. So I changed the equation. Hope plus future plus disappointment, all of that is just equal to the experience of life.